Hello everyone and welcome to the Oliver Wilde Experience featuring Oscar Thompson. Money, power, sex and culture. Pew, pew, pow, pow.
There we go. And today, I'll just leave it at that. I'll let him do whatever he wants.
I'm very
to do.
full energy today.
Really? You're full energy?
I feel
I feel like I'm on full energy as well. And when I was actually thinking about what we can discuss on the podcast, I thought, what was something that happened this week? And then I thought, actually, this is actually quite a culturally significant week in the pop culture kind of space.
Yeah, did you say that thing with One Direction?
No, what happened?
Well, sorry. But yeah, anyway, I was scrolling on X, as I do, and what do you call it? It pops up like the thing about apparently Zayn punched Louis from One Direction.
When was this?
Now, by the way, when was this? They were filming a Netflix.
Yeah, but was this recently or?
Yeah, no, it was this week.
Oh, this week. Oh,
yeah.
There's no way that's real.
No, because
X is the biggest
no.
bullshit
Because
ever.
then Thingo unfollowed. Louis unfollowed Zayn, or the other way around. Yeah.
Okay, so there is some kind of validity to it.
Look,
okay.
I don't really like One Direction. It's just not my thing. I wouldn't open Spotify and listen to it. I'd probably skip it. But, what do you call it? They are pretty big with the pop culture.
Yes, well, I quite like One Direction generally. Like, I disagree with what you were saying. I wouldn't go and search for One Direction and start, playing their music. But if it comes up on a playlist or something like that, I'm not skipping most of their shit. Like, they have, 5 to 10 really good songs.
Yeah, but I prefer Harry Styles.
Yes, well, I think Harry has a better solo career. The rest of their solo careers aren't great, though, from my knowledge. Like, you had the guy who flew off the balcony. Didn't end well for him. And, the rest of them, God only knows what they're doing. I mean, they're punching each other now, apparently. But anyway.
Well, yeah, that Niall.
Yeah.
The Niall Horan. I don't know, but who knows? Anyway, what were you saying? Sorry.
Yes, well, sorry. I was initially I was saying, that wasn't our main thing for the week in terms of pop culture. I do think the main thing was Coachella. Coachella happened this week. And who are the headliners? It was Justin Bieber. What did you think of Justin Bieber's performance? Because that went quite viral and stuff.
I thought it was a bit of a cop-out. But look, I don't know.
In what way?
Well,
you can't just say it was a cop-out.
Okay, Justin Bieber, it's never really been a thing for me. It's just not. We're not the target demo, are we? No. We're not the target demo.
Well, I mean, we grew up in that period of time.
I know, but
Yes, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But what do you call it? I do prefer Justin Bieber more than One Direction, though. Anyway, my thoughts on his performance was, I think it wasn't really... it was catered for his fans, right? And I think that's why I perceived, I'm not sure if this is an objective thing, as a kind of low energy. I thought it was low energy. Because that's the whole thing. It's about Justin Bieber. That's what the whole thing, I guess, is about. Just Justin Bieber as a person, rather than the actual music behind it, which the fans kind of liked. But I think deep down, surely he thinks, this is a bit of a cop-out.
No, see, I disagree. I think that, it was a very unorthodox type of performance, in the sense that, it was not something we're used to seeing from him. But I think that because of the fact it was so different to, an average Justin Bieber performance at a concert, at a tour, at another festival, I think that's what gives it that element of being unique. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think ultimately, we probably wouldn't be spending this much time talking about it, and it would not have gotten the amount of social media attention it has got if he didn't do something outside the box and do something different, which was sitting at that laptop.
I kind of disagree with that.
In what way, though?
I think, what do you call it? I think we still would be talking about it, because the whole... Let's
not
cut
in the
down
depth
to it.
we're talking about.
No, but I think... No,
substance.
I think there wouldn't be as much imagery.
Yeah, you wouldn't have that visual of him sitting at that laptop. Of course. Yes.
I still think we'd be talking about that. I think this week we'd still be here speaking about Justin Bieber's performance.
See, I disagree, because we've just spent the last little bit talking about the visuals, which you're saying happened.
Yes, but we'd be talking about other elements of it, because deep down, it comes down to... deep down, when we cut through it all, the reason why it's such a big thing isn't the imagery, it's the fact that it's this whole kind of reminiscency of 2016.
Yes, and I think as well, that is the thing as well. I don't necessarily think people are listening to Justin's music because it's necessarily the best music out there. I think it is very much so transporting them back to a certain time. And I do think as well that also enhanced that element of that performance. Because it goes back to the whole 2026 parallels with 2016 type of thing.
Well, it's the thing, like, remember when I'm not sure if you do remember, but when he released his album in 2020 or 2021 or something, and it completely flopped. Now, the music wasn't necessarily any different. Like, it was still the same kind of feel with it.
Yeah,
but it just wasn't the time.
Well. Yes.
Yeah, because it was too old, but it wasn't in. It wasn't nostalgic.
Yes,
yet.
well, he was very much so obviously big, back in the early 2010s and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I think it definitely transports people back into a time period. I think the other headliner was Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
She is obviously not as much... she's obviously quite new onto the scene in terms of exploding. Obviously, she's made music for a while, but it's only been, really since 2022, 2023, 2024, since she really started to gain that momentum.
Yeah, I'd say 24. Like,
yeah,
even
generally 24, but I think them foundations were probably set up in the years before.
Even 24, she was still the headlining act.
No, the under headline of Taylor Swift.
The opening act for Taylor Swift. Even in beginning of 24, and then obviously she had Espresso and that album, and that's what catapulted
Yes, but
her.
opening acts typically don't have big artists on them. You're used to some random artist who's kind of like mid-tier.
That's right.
So yes, what you're saying is that she wasn't that known in a very recent period. Yeah. Yes. And I think actually 2024 is probably when she was at the best. I quite liked Espresso. My issue with her music ever since that is I kind of have two main issues. It's not catchy at all. It's just, there's no songs that you listen to it and you think this is a really good song. I'm adding this to my playlist. So that's kind of the first issue. They're just not that good. But the second is I actually think the reason they're not that good is because she's actually catering towards having her music perform well on TikTok rather than actually making good music.
Right.
Because if you think about a lot of her songs, they're not even almost songs. They're almost songs that have TikTok sounds, almost as if they were made to be TikTok sounds.
What's that fucking one? House Tour? Like, how is anyone
that's
actually
not made
listening to it?
That's not made to be a good song. That's made to be a TikTok sound. And I think that's kind of almost the marketing reasons for it.
And I didn't even realize she had a new album. I thought these were all from the same short and sweet album. I didn't even know she had a new one.
She released one in 2025, but no one really talked about it. No one really...
I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, nor did I. But anyway, so she brought out, though, at Coachella, she brought out Madonna, who I do quite like. I mean, I don't know much about Madonna, but all the stuff I've heard's been positive. What's Madonna's music?
Like a Prayer.
Yeah,
that's the big one. Vogue, she did that there. Like a Virgin.
Yeah.
The one I like is La Bonita, but that's not very big. And then even stuff like Hung Up, like Every Little Thing You Say.
Oh yeah, that's a good
one. That
one.
Yeah, like
even
even
stuff
stuff
she should have been the headliner. I don't know why.
Well, no, because that's why she was there. Because it was 20 years since she headlined.
Oh, well, good. Well, then they should have just had her as the full-time headliner.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what I've been getting into a lot of older music this year because I just haven't really been.
What type of old music though? Pop?
No, just even like stuff like yacht rock.
Yacht rock.
Yeah.
What is yacht rock?
It's like stuff like Fleetwood Mac.
What makes that a yacht?
I don't. That's just what it's called.
Is it actually called that?
Yacht
or
rock.
Just called that?
No, it's called yacht rock.
Okay, I've never heard of yacht rock.
Anyway, I didn't know. I didn't know what it was either.
How did you find that out? Yacht rock.
It was on my Spotify. It says
like,
top genre.
Yacht
Yacht
rock. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, there you go.
But
you learn new things.
Because I think, as I was saying, sorry, I'm detouring a bit here. But I was thinking, what do you call it? One of my biggest peeves of last year, or pet peeves of last year, was the music was shit.
What, the new music that released in 2025?
It was like, what was released?
You're right, because I'm trying to think, I'm trying to disagree with him, and I'm trying to think, try
to play devil's advocate.
Yes, I'm trying to think of good music that was released, and I'm really, nothing's coming to mind. No, I liked, and you know what?
But it took you time to think.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Your point's been made, I agree with you, but you know what? Taylor Swift's album was alright.
Oh yeah, that was, that was good.
And people talk shit about it, all these Swifties, they say it was shit. But you know what? I was on Spotify the other day, I was looking through. I would say this is Kanye fan ranking Taylor Swift albums. I would go, number 1 is 1989. Is that what it's called, that album? Then I'd say, what's the one, black and white?
Reputation.
And then I'd go Life of a Showgirl.
I'd agree. I'd completely agree with that.
Agree?
Yep.
And then there's another one that's alright. What's it called, Lovers? Something like that.
Lover.
Or is that a song?
No. It's called the album's called Lover.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my.
I'm not sure what that.
We've,
I'm
we've
not too
completely.
sure.
Wait. You're on Yacht
But
Rock.
wasn't she?
What
Yeah,
happened?
but I'm just wasn't she number 4
What do you mean?
on your top artists or something? Or was it
Last year, I can't remember what she
or
was.
something.
Right, you should see my fucking. My phone's recording this right now. Do you know who's my top artist right now? Her name It's called Verka Shadushka. How do you say it?
Verka Sadushka.
Shadushka. Verka. She is a Ukrainian.
Or he, I don't know.
She Ukrainian drag queen disco ball who was on Eurovision. But I'm telling you right now, listen to Verka's music because there's something in it. It's like, how would you even describe it? It's
Europop.
Oh god, it's pop. Yeah, hell yeah, it's pop. It's very. It's like there's some like
art,
shit in it. That's
art.
just.
It's like art. It's like an art form.
It's fucking fantastic. It's like I don't like this. Why release music?
It's not tacky. It's not tacky.
It's really. It's like people release boring shit, right? This is like fuck. You're like, oh my god, what is happening in my ears in the best way possible?
Yeah.
Like it's really. I'm actually. Not to toot my own horn, a somewhat articulate person, but I can't even describe what the fuck.
Well, it's quite
Verka
because
is.
I guess it's quite a foreign. It's
Fantastic.
Eastern European.
Everyone listen to Verka.
We've got to go to Verka's concert.
Well, she needs to come. Verka, right now, come to Australia. I'm telling you, we'll have you on the podcast. We'll have. Do you know who also needs to come on our podcast? Zelensky. He went on the Rest is Politics UK, and
I'm not sure what I like about. I'm not sure if I like him that much.
And who do you like? Vladimir? You want Vladimir on?
Even his approval are down the drain in Ukraine, Zelensky. They don't
I
like
thought you
him.
were saying fucking Putin's was down the drain in Ukraine. I'm like, you fucking hope so. What?
Yeah.
So they don't like him much?
No.
Yeah,
I was actually speaking. I was speaking to a
speaking-
Ukrainian friend.
Oh yeah.
And she was going on about what do you call it? How like they just say hey.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Ukrainians are very nonchalant. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, especially the ones that, like, I'm like, mate, your country's at war, and you just seem so chill about it. But that's the unfortunate thing. They are quite used to that. Anyway, Yacht Rock. We went on to Ukrainian independence.
Yes.
Where were you going with that? Sorry.
Well, I was saying that because we were talking about Madonna. What do you call it? She should have performed, and I'm just saying I haven't liked the new music for the
Old
last thing.
music
So
been
I've
enjoying.
been thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna have to turn to the old shit.
Do you think
and I've been quite liking it.
2026 has been better than 2025 at this point in terms of music? Do you think we're starting to improve again, or do you not see much progress? That's why.
Well, I always wait until June because that's when all the big albums.
yes, because
come
they
out.
release it for the summer over in the US and stuff. Yeah.
Or even then, there's always some around now, April, because they tend to.
We are having
later.
a few right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there already has been a few that's released.
But you know who I'm not excited for? Olivia Rodrigo. I don't like her.
Nor am I. No, I don't. I always thought her music was extremely tacky.
Yeah, it is tacky.
I think
the first one was okay. The first album is getting worse. She's gotten worse.
What's the first? Sour? Whatever
Sour.
it's called. Yeah, no, I didn't like that. Because it's like, what? She has such a niche kind of range of people who appeal to it. It's like 14-year-old girls. And then
No, but not even. Females our age would listen to her.
You reckon?
Of course.
Not as much as 14-year-old girls.
Of course not,
Yeah.
but like, you know.
And that's only because they were 14 when she was dropping the original shit.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying?
True, that's true.
She has such a narrow window of appeal.
We're going on complete tangents, but you know who I hate? I've been waiting to bring her up.
Okay.
You got to guess. I want you to guess.
Fuck, I don't know.
Tate McRae. I can't stand her.
I don't know much
Cannot
about
stand
her.
her.
I know her
You
name,
know what
but
it
I
is,
can't.
and I've realised what it is. I'm too woke for a world of Tate McRae.
Is she a conservative?
No, but she's just like...
I don't even know who she
There's
is.
no... She's like kind of like from a rich kind of background, I guess.
I'm looking her up. Tate McRae. She's a singer, songwriter, Canadian. She's Canadian. I like Canada.
I know, I like Canada too, but
Australia needs to strategically move closer to Canada.
I don't like Tate McRae. I don't like the music. It's
I'll
all
have to
too...
have a
It's
listen.
all way too tacky.
What do you mean tacky though?
It's just-
we keep using that word.
Well,
You need to say something
it's
different.
pop on steroids. As
Okay.
in, it's just like...
It's just so in your face or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm not here to attack someone that I don't have info on, but yeah, anyway. So yes, Coachella, I think generally, what's your dream Coachella lineup? If you had to design a lineup for Coachella, what are you designing?
Oh, Madonna's a good one. We do Madonna.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
do Madonna.
Well, why don't you bring everyone back?
Well, we could do
You know, all
Michael
the
Jackson.
Oh, so you're actually going to bring people back from the dead.
Oh, what we say
But
back?
is that not like a bit weird? Because isn't he like a kiddie fiddler and shit? Like, are you not?
I don't know. I don't. As
Well, he was never
I
convicted, but that's because he died. Hey, or was he convicted?
No, he got acquitted.
Acquitted.
But like,
What were the
it
charges?
was only like 3 years before he died. So like, if he was alive now, he surely would have gotten more like stuff done.
100%.
But I always go on about Michael Jackson. Like, I don't like the real big fans. There's just something wrong.
Like, yeah, imagine being a Michael Jackson fanatic, like having like a whole Michael Jackson room.
And they're also quite. I feel like they're quite conservative people.
They're always weird. They're like 30, 40, 50-year-old like Americans that live in some weird state.
But they're a bit similar to Elvis, but at least Elvis kind of fits the vibe. Michael doesn't really fit the vibe.
Well, yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Anyway, but if we're going to bring people back, Michael Jackson, we'll do Madonna, which is alive. And who's the last one?
Well,
to Prince. We'll bring back Prince.
Yeah. See, I would go. So I'm gonna.
Well, actually, no. Like, I want Fleetwood.
Okay, Yacht Rock.
But they're still alive.
Yep. I'm gonna go with just modern stuff. I'd go Tyler the Creator, just because I feel like that's consensus music. It's not too hip hop, not too pop. Kind of. No one's really gonna get angry about that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
no one's gonna turn that down.
I know, but like, I feel like he's just not there yet.
He fucking is.
You reckon?
Absolutely, he is.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, he's one of the most creative artists in our generation.
No, I'm not.
I'm not
disagreeing.
Can put together the shit he puts together and have a coherent theme. You know, the vibe. It's like it's more than just like music when he drops an album. It's more of like an experience.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying, do we think? But I don't think he's at that. Like, he's just not.
Has he not?
Top. He's not.
I swear one year he's already headlined it. I don't know what year, but I swear he did.
Maybe he did. I'm not
or
sure.
He's at least been very high up.
Maybe.
In years.
Oh God, my foot. Anyway, but I think you're right. Actually,
yeah.
Maybe with Doja.
I think he is there. So I go Tyler the Creator. I go Taylor Swift, obviously, just the name recognition, and then I'll probably do Harry Styles as well. I think that like no one's going to be pissed off about that lineup. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a good solid lineup.
Well, I don't even know who the third person who headlined this year was.
No, I don't know either. That will be a mystery for the ages. Anyway, moving on. I was also, I was brainstorming different things we could discuss. And I think another thing that has been big and discussed as well in the media is Looksmaxxing. Have you seen
I did.
Clavicular
Didn't he pass out, the guy?
Yes, but let's talk about 60 Minutes interview first. Did you see the 60
I didn't watch it, but I saw it.
You saw the clips?
Yeah.
What did you think about the way that interview was set up?
I think it gave clavicular... Sorry,
clavicular.
Clavicular. I'm just gonna say clav.
Clav.
It gave clav too much.
Here we go. You sound like full on Western Sydney over here.
It gave clav a bit too much authority. I felt it was kind of normalizing his things a bit. It was putting him on a level playing field.
No, I disagree. I actually thought, rightly so, that reporter did a good job of like almost like creating an environment where it was almost like, mate, you're fucking insane. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
He was asking it. The reporter was extremely pretentious, but as he should be in that instance. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the tone you have to use to someone like that. And I mean, I'm just the concept of like, what do you even think of the concept? Because it's more than just doing good for yourself and doing good for your appearance. It's a whole thing that can turn into self-harm very quickly. Like he used to like bash his like jaw in with like a hammer because when bones are like destroyed, like they like grow back more defined or something like that with like more resilience. And like, how are we normalizing this? How are we acting like this is,
well, that's what I was trying to say.
Why are the alarm bells not going here? Do you get what I'm saying?
I think as well, though, I think there is a bit of a difference, though, between something like this, like Looksmaxxing, and then kind of that Andrew Tate kind of manosphere stuff. Oof. I think there's a bit of a difference. I think.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
I think Looksmaxxing, people, I think even young men think it takes the piss. They're taking the piss.
Yes.
No one's actually going home.
I don't think anyone looks at Clav and thinks that this is the same-minded person they want to model their lives off, and he's on the money with this stuff he's saying and doing. Yes. I agree with you.
Well, I think with all
There'd be a very small fringe, though.
Of course, but
not
with everything, but like
small fringe for everything.
But I think with like the manosphere.
Well, I mean, that's its own discussion type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched that documentary. It was fine.
Oh, did you? I didn't watch it.
It was fine. It was nothing. Look, it wasn't life changing. It didn't tell me anything I didn't know, really. I just think that it's crazy seeing because a lot of the guys in that as well, a lot of the influencers and stuff, they're relatively young. Like, they're all 20s, 30s, stuff like that. And, I think, the younger generations are actually becoming more conservative. Gone are the days where, it was where all the millennials and stuff like that, and they were really progressive. With social media, stuff like that, we are seeing that conservatism come out.
It's interesting though. It's happening though. Yeah, I was just going to say it's interesting though that's whole kind of conservatism of young people and the gender divide between things. It's more of a thing in the United States, but not really Australia. Like even at the last election. The data says even Labor still won.
This is more than just political.
I know.
It is very political.
I know what you're saying though.
Yes, social way. They're just
socially conservative. Yes. Okay.
When I mean conservative, I don't mean they're going and they're voting conservative necessarily. When they I mean they're living conservative lifestyles. In conservative relationships, stuff like that. I think what we really just need to look at is why people like this. Right? There's clearly trauma for a lot of them, their men and stuff like that. Maybe they didn't grow up with father figures. Maybe they need to compensate for that. But I just think generally the reason why, especially young men are quite conservative is because for so long we had obviously very strict gender roles, and they were extremely defined. If you're a man, you do this, you act this. Woman, this is what you do. But now, because that's blurred, and quite rightly, because it provides people the flexibility and freedom, a lot of men don't really feel like they know their place in a modern day society. So then they look at, the default and think, fuck, let's just go back to that as quick as possible, because it gives them that sense of purpose and belonging.
Well, yeah, but
because they need that structure, because they just don't feel like they have that right now.
Yeah, but as well, I actually think it's quite simple. Like, I think a lot of it is to do with the algorithms. If you look at when all this stuff started coming out, that's when you can really see in the data that all these kind of traditional roles or perceptions started coming out more.
Yes, because now what I'm saying is then they have all of that at their fingertips.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So as I was saying, my idea that they're lost in modern day society, they want to resort back to the default. They have kind of examples of the default at their fingertips for them to consume, which then obviously radicalizes them even more. But yes, so anyway, Looksmaxxing and obviously the manosphere are different things. I think Looksmaxxing, to the extent that Clavicular is promoting, is extremely dangerous. I have no issue with obviously self-improvement and stuff like that. Could never be fucking me personally, but as long as you're doing it in a safe and healthy way, I think that's a consensus thing. What?
Yeah, but
I could see a spark.
I know, but like
even then.
But even then, like if you're a social libertarian, who are you to judge?
I have a fucking podcast. Like, I'm here to speak about shit. Like, I'm here to share my thoughts. I'm not saying believe exactly what I'm saying or follow what I'm saying. I'm just here talking about it. It's an important thing to talk about.
No, of course.
If you're a social libertarian, why are you sharing your thoughts about telling people how they should?
Sorry?
If you're a social libertarian, then why are you doing the same thing that I'm doing? Going and preaching and telling people all this shit. That's what I'm saying. It's just not.
Right.
It's not an argument that stacks up. But anyway, and then another thing that has actually been quite contentious, probably more contentious and more heated than the Looksmaxxing stuff, was the Harry Potter show, and one specific aspect of it. How much of it have you seen?
I have no clue what this is.
You haven't seen the trailer? You haven't heard that they're doing it for HBO?
No.
So for those who are unaware, basically it's simple. They're just, you've watched the Harry Potter movies, yeah?
I can't remember what happened.
But you've watched them. Well, there's movies, right?
Yes,
there's movies. We've established that. They're now going back and they're making a show with new actors, new kids, all that.
Well, that's going to be shit then.
No, I disagree. That's what everyone just immediately says it's going to be shit. The trailers look great. I think people just need to give the show time to actually do its thing.
Sure.
Why are we judging before it's come out?
I won't be watching it though.
Well, but you're, once again, we want to talk about target demographics. You're not the target demographic because you're not into it.
No, of course.
But it's just like everyone's immediately like negative. It's not going to be as good. Let's just see it, right? I don't have any reason right now to believe that it would not be good. Now, people would argue, well, yes, there are reasons. And the reasons are, for a lot of people, there is a lot of debate about the actor of Snape being black. and it has actually become a really, really big thing, because in the book he's described as very clearly white. And the whole point of the show is to have a clear representation of the books, because you have more time to adapt the books rather than condense them like the movies did.
Right.
So people are absolutely up in arms saying they're not going to watch this show because Snape's black. And apparently that's going to change the story significantly. Which, number one, it's not. But even number two, the areas of the story that it does change...
But why is that being... Why is that like a...
It's actually the mainstream view.
Yes, but like, why is that mainstream? Why?
Exactly. This is a fringe fucking radical shit.
I know.
Like, I'm out here, like, listening to, like, YouTubers and stuff like that are popular Harry Potter content creators, like Harry Potter Theory and stuff like that. These are normal people. And no, but there will be people... because I'm clued in on everything. And he is a very normal guy, and he's completely against it. And I just think it's just such a weird thing to draw a line. And the fact that so many people are drawing a line there. Now, I think even if it does affect the story... Now, for context, Snape was bullied by Harry Potter's dad when he was a kid, right?
Right.
So people are saying, oh, well, that might make Harry Potter's dad look like a racist because Snape's black, right? But dare I even say that actually adds an element of complexity to the actual story that would be very interesting. Like, do you not think that potentially having that factor there might even make the story more rich in depth, in the sense that there might be racism? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
like,
sure.
And he managed to overcome that and go through that. And that shapes why he is the cold character he is in the actual saga.
That
do you get what I'm saying?
And I wonder if that's the story they'll run with.
I think that would be extremely compelling.
But wait, they might not.
They might not, but I think that if you saw him being racially discriminated against, that would almost enhance the character that you're seeing of Snape in the modern day.
I think though, if again, I had no clue about any of this.
It's a massive thing,
but
seriously. Like you
really?
might think I'm crazy, but this is a really, really big thing. Black Snape.
Anyway,
it's massive.
But the people who are bringing up his race, they're the ones pulling the race card.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. It's only going to change the story if you keep bringing it up, because you're the one fucking changing the story.
Exactly.
Yes.
If some 6-year-old who's going to watch the show, I'm not sure what the thing is not going to give a shit if the thing is black or white.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Same with any race. If any character is a different race than what they are in the book or the thing, I just don't understand why that's an issue for people. So anyway.
But again, actually, the more you think about it, though, what if it was the other way around?
What do you mean?
If he was black and everything and they swapped it to white. Like, obviously, I wouldn't care. But, like, if you were...
Well, I can't speak for everyone else.
Yes.
I'm not here to speak for everyone else. I'm here to speak for myself. But, like, I wouldn't change my thoughts on it. I'm not fussed about the race of a character. I'm fussed about the quality of acting as well. And see if that actor is the best suited for the role.
Yeah.
Then he should get it, no matter what their race is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. Like, black, white, Asian, whatever. Like, whoever is the best suited to the job, just go for them. Like, whoever's the best actor, most qualified, whatever. I really don't see it as an issue. But anyway, so you do need to research about it, because I actually think it's going to ramp up as the series comes out. It's going to become a bigger thing.
Anyway.
Another big thing I did see as well was Meghan and Harry toured Australia this week. What did you think of that?
I just don't care. Well, why? Okay. Well, who cares? Like, people touch grass. That woman said, like, who cares? Who gives a shit?
Well, I care.
Who cares? They're gone and they've gone. I care. They've gone to a hospital.
You know why I care?
Why do you care?
Because their security and all their escorts and stuff like that. That was our taxpayer money.
Okay.
Yep. But they're not royals anymore.
Okay.
So why should we pay for these private citizens to do all of that?
Sure, but I'm sure there's so many people who would be like that. It's not a specific thing for them.
Yes, and that's why my issue with them is the fact that they're hypocrites, because they and Harry grew up in privilege, right? You can obviously talk about the situation with his mum.
Oh yeah, but no, right? even I agree.
You grew up in privilege in palaces with, you never have to have financial worries or anything like that. I'm not taking away from the tragedy of his mum, but compared to everyone else, he was extremely privileged, right? Now, he then, complains and claims that he couldn't properly live his life, etc. And you know what? There might be validity to that. But in the end of the day, I don't have time for people who are in such positions of privilege, whinging and complaining to the extent he is. My issue as well is the fact he then leaves the royal family. You know what? Good on him. He's entitled to do that. Go fuck off to wherever you want. Don't come out because clearly you don't want to be in the public eye. He then writes a book, goes on a book tour, goes on Oprah. They're touring the world. I mean, what happened to not wanting to be in the public eye? Because I'm looking at this, and guess what? Well, they're in the public eye the entire time. So
I know, I know.
This is hypocritical
but
stuff.
Okay, but I want to delve deep into this. Is your issue with them personally, or is it with them being hypocrites?
Well, that would be a personal issue.
No,
So
but
yes,
like,
I
is
do have
it their whole life? Is it their whole thing, or is it just as soon as it became? Is it just his action?
Okay, I think
If they,
as I said,
yeah.
I dispute the fact that he had this really hard life in the royal family. I dispute that. But you know what? If he wants to leave, which he did, if he wants to go and fuck off and live somewhere else, do that. If you want peace and quiet, go and do that, right? But if you want peace and quiet, you stay with a low profile. You don't start writing books, going on tours, going on talk shows. That's not what you do. So it is a hypocritical.
But is it the action of him actually doing that, or is it Harry themselves? And again, that's just Harry. That's not Meghan.
Oh, I have, yeah.
Why? What's the issue with Meghan?
Well, because, he seemed to be completely fine until she came onto the scene, and then he started complaining about having all these issues and stuff like that. So I think clearly she's quite controlling.
Yeah, but again, I don't want to blame. I think that's quite.
I do, because it's like.
No, well, I think
it's such a simple
I don't want to accuse you of anything.
Complaints and then complaints.
I don't want to accuse you, but I think deep down that's a bit of a sexist trope.
No.
I think
Harry,
it's
if Harry was a princess.
And saying like the evil stepmother or the evil wife coming along.
If Harry was a princess and then married some guy from the US and then did the same thing, I'd also be calling that guy out. It has nothing to do with sex.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yes.
It can be perceived as that by,
and also that she. I don't know. I just think the treatment of her was just ridiculous as well.
In what way?
The whole race stuff. All the media, they were being racist.
Okay, yeah.
And also the royal family.
Hang on a minute.
One of them said that was concerned about the race of the baby.
According to who?
According to them.
Yeah.
Guess what? I think they're correct.
Yeah, but that's motivated by them.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Sure,
There's
but
sources to
again,
prove this.
even then, with the way the media treated her was racist. With the race-based element. Well, the way that at the wedding and all of that, there's been stuff in the media.
What about the wedding?
There's been stuff in the media.
You can't name it.
In the Sun.
Like what?
What do you call it?
What article?
They were just being. I'm not a fucking encyclopedia.
Okay, but then you're saying they're racist. But okay, what?
I said they're being more race based. Like it's deep down.
Sure,
if there was nothing with this with Catherine.
Yeah, there was, because they had relationship issues. She was with him, and then he went and dated other people, and there was a whole thing about that. There was.
Oh, I don't
no
know.
matter who. And look,
But
I don't like the royal family.
We're playing into this, but
I'm not here to stand up for
I don't like the royal family
I want
either.
a republic in Australia.
Yeah, me too.
What I'm sick of is people who whinge from positions of privilege, number one, and then who are hypocrites, number two. That's why I'm attacking them. I'm not here to stand up for the royal family. You know, I'm not for them. But like, in the end of the day, this idea that these people who are victims, you know, famous rich movie star, famous rich prince, the fact that they're trying to fucking victimize themselves for a quick buck, might I add, because they fucking write shit about it. I don't have time. I don't have time for that shit. No, thank you. Anyway, no. Because
I just don't care. I just don't give a shit.
But
like, just let these people do what they want, and who cares? I don't care.
Yes, let them do what they want. Exactly. Why are they coming and touring shit?
We have bigger fish to fry in this world than Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan being hypocrites. It's just true. It's just true.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that they're hypocrites. And as I said, I'm not buying the victim mentality, because you're yet to provide me proof.
No. I think they are. No, to be completely and honestly fair, they obviously fucking are hypocrites, right?
Yes,
that is objective, right?
Thank you.
Because they wanted to live in whatever.
Yeah.
But I just don't care. I just do not care.
I don't normally care. I care when they come to my fucking country and start, you know.
People have sleepless nights thinking about this shit.
Well, I don't. I can assure you I have not had it. Do you know what I have had a sleepless night thinking about?
Whatever you had a sleep.
It's a great segue. Look how good at this podcast thinking I am. I'm Angus Taylor's immigration policy. I'm just looking. I have my run sheet here, and I'm like, fuck, I got to move on.
Here we go. Get ready for the fucking.
What do you think? What do you think about Angus? Are you having sleepless nights about it?
No, I don't. Oh, well, I haven't really.
Oh wow, so you are a racist.
Excuse me.
Well, no, if you're sleeping with this policy being out, then
I didn't even. Well, I all I've heard about it is that because I was just busy last week. I'm a busy man. Places to be, people to see. That they're gonna round. Are they? Correct me if I'm wrong. Are they gonna round up 65,000 or 67,000 people, and then
the number's
try and support them?
The number's 77,000.
Oh,
but
so even
yeah,
more.
yeah. I know, I'm not saying it's any better.
Yeah.
So I'll try and break down for people. I don't have any notes in front of me, so I'm just going to try and do it. So there's a few things that are happening. Basically, right now, when you immigrate to Australia, when you, I believe, are granted citizenship or immigration, point is when you at some point when you arrive, there's a values statement, and Angus Taylor's argument is right now it's ticking a box. All you do is tick. You're not really acknowledging. There's no way to hold people accountable to that. So his idea is by making people sign a legally binding document on these Australian values. Now that's stupid because them Australian values are already reflected in the Australian legal system, meaning if someone violates them values, they're actually already committing some form of crime, meaning they're already being prosecuted. Now, because that will be a legally binding document, that will only be signed by people immigrating to Australia, which are migrants, right? And that becomes a race-based thing because that means they're hit with multiple charges, not just for breaking a law in the first place, but also for breaking an Australian value.
Right.
Now, we couldn't... Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that means that there's almost a two-tier justice system.
Yes, but to
in
play
this country.
to be fair, to play devil's...
I don't think you can in this situation.
Well, I'm just saying to play devil's advocate, because you're completely right about being a two-tiered whatever. I guess there's a difference in a sense that since we're born here, we have a sense of a birthright, right to be here. As in, I feel like if Angus was smart, he'd do this for everyone. Everyone would have this.
Yeah.
But if you were Australian, you'd be put in jail.
But that's the thing.
But then I don't think we should.
Racist.
But then anyway, yes. Anyway, I know it's just a mess.
Yes. No. So and then even then with that.
Sorry, that was a bit of a brain fart, wasn't
No.
it?
I get where you were going with. It.
No, but I just realized. Anyway, don't worry. Continue.
No, go.
No. I have nothing.
Tell
I know.
the people what you
I
wanna
know.
say.
I agree with you.
Yes. So anyway, I'm just saying, if certain people are also obliged by a legally binding document plus the law, then that means they're obliged by more laws than Australians are, and then that inherently, that definition is a two-tier justice system based on race. Another thing I take immense issue with is the fact that apparently being born or not born in a liberal democracy inherently makes you a good or a bad person. His argument is because their values align with ours, but I can guarantee you there are a lot of American values that don't align with Australian values. There's a lot of English values that don't align with Australian values, and vice versa. So I think the idea that we can just say, oh, well, liberal democracy equals good, not liberal democracy equals bad.
Yeah, but how is that? That's just racism.
It is.
I don't know how you can discriminate, and it goes against his whole thing about the Liberal Party and their value and their ideology is all about individualism, all about treating the person based on the person themselves. Don't care about your background, don't care about anything that can be good or bad. Well, in this case, very bad. And they're just completely throwing out the window to appeal to some fucking, I don't know, some cooker on the street. Like, I just don't understand the logic of that.
Yes, I don't understand logic either. But as well, speaking of hypocrites with Harry and Meghan, but it's hypocritical because, you take a look at the people who shamelessly sit behind him in Parliament. Many of them, not all of them, but there are quite a few Liberal MPs who weren't born in liberal democracies.
Yeah.
As simple as that. So he's basically saying inherently that his own
MPs don't align. We don't even need it
his values. Like, I don't even know why I have to debunk this, but it's like, you get what I'm saying? This is not a reasonable thought. And the reason, and we have to look, why is he floating this unreasonable shit? And then it's obviously, he needs to try and out one nation. And what do you think about that? Do you think it's going to be a successful job in doing so or no?
Well, I did see One Nation's going down in the polls, but it's not really to him.
Well, yeah. Look, I don't think it's necessarily solidified as a decrease in the polls yet.
We'll
have to see for another few weeks.
They have reached a peak for now, right? They're not going up anymore for now, right? Now, I think, again, we touched on this a few episodes ago. The Liberal Party needs to understand, and even the Labour Party not so yet, because the Labour Party hasn't really done anything, but for both. It's for everyone. The rise in One Nation isn't because Australia has suddenly turned to the far right or suddenly turned right wing. It's nothing to do with that. It's just because people want populism. That's all it is.
Yes, exactly.
So, if he's going to go after this is
good luck to him. Because
I guess it's a form of populism. I guess it is.
Yes.
But I don't think the average person who's gone to One Nation, you can't. First of all, you can't out immigrant fucking One Nation.
You said out immigrant One Nation.
Yes.
You mean out immigrant?
You can't
One Nation politically.
Yes, you can't out. You can't out. Yeah.
I think
you can't out health Labour.
I 100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean, the Greens will try, but I'll speak about the Greens in a sec, actually, because there's something they deserve credit for. There's a lot, actually, the Greens deserve credit for. I fucking love the Greens this week.
Oh, okay.
You've met me in a green time in my life. Anyway,
Okay.
where was I going? I was saying, okay, yeah, people want populism. It's a natural thing. We all crave it to an extent, right? The thing, luckily, with Australia is we have an electoral system that does not allow populism to really gain traction electorally. And that's because the way preferential voting obviously funnels people down the two-party preferred, and a lot of the time, one of them parties is going to be one of the mainstream parties because that's where a lot of the support is. You look at the US, however, and that's very different with the electoral college and stuff like that, and popular vote as well. Obviously, it's electoral college, but just generally, even if you're looking at first past the post in the UK, and I think in them instances, the left should absolutely go to the fringes and go populist, because that's
what I think the Democrats are, or elements of the Democrats are starting to do in the United States.
And that's what the Greens doing in the UK, because that's how you beat them, because it's all about motivating people to get out and vote, right? So in them systems, you can embrace populism. In Australia, it's like you are really digging your own grave if you're trying to embrace populism, because we do not have a system that rewards it far as much as the UK first past the post and the US electoral system does. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. No,
Meaning you're running yourself into the ground, especially if you're trying to chase a populist. If you're the populist in the first place, that's one thing, because that's your brand. But then moving from mainstream to populism, that's even worse in Australia.
No, I completely agree with what you're saying. I somewhat agree. Mostly agree. I think, though, what I'm just trying to say is it's not a left versus right thing. It's just populist versus non-populist, right?
Yep.
So let's just say, hypothetically, if the Liberal Party went populist, or tried to do more, something like a bit like Hasty. Let's say Hasty or whatever, right? Let's say they throw out all the economic conservatism and they go for gold, right? I think I wouldn't count it out. I know what you're saying. Traditionally, yes, in this country, we have not rewarded populism.
I would count it out.
Really?
Maybe I just have too much hope in Australian people. But I think we live in a very culturally diverse country. I just don't think that statistically. I just don't think statistically being a racist is going to cut it in this country.
I'm not even talking about right wing. Let's just use another example.
Just general populism.
Let's just say this is hypothetical.
Let's say Larissa Water grows a brain.
Yes. Let's just say that, right? And it's all this economic, like they brought out stuff around the finances. Have you seen that?
This is what I wanted to talk about, which I'll quickly do while we're on the topic of the Greens. The tax the 1% stuff is great. They need it. They really need to hone that in. I think the idea...
For people who don't know, by the way, the Greens have basically come out with this whole thing around taxing the 1%. They've always believed this.
It's always been the policy. It's just they're marketing it. They've gotten some fucking wanker consultant from the Australian Institute to probably do it, right? Now, the campaign itself is great. The content in the campaign is fantastic. I think Larissa, though, she released a strange video standing on a bridge talking about it. I mean, honestly, I swear, sometimes I wish she fucking got hit by a car on the bridge, because
Why?
No, because she is such a wasted opportunity. She has such a good policy right there. She has the marketing behind it, but there is nothing exciting about Larissa. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I really want this to do well for the Greens. I really want this policy.
Why? Because you want Labour.
If it does well, if the Greens pick up traction from this, it will make Labour move on this, which I want to see. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's actually ultimately the buck stops with her. She is not bringing that excitement, and now we're going to see that more than ever, because they have all the flashy shit, about this tax 1% stuff. That's all going to look great, but then when it comes to the leader, we're really going to see finally her exposed to being a lifeless nothingness.
I know, but like I feel like people give Larissa too much of a hard time. Like when you look at the polling.
Okay, what's the case for Larissa?
Well, the polling is increased.
Okay, they moved from what?
I know,
12% to 13%.
I know, but you're measuring it on the wrong figures. Like you can't just do it on out of 100. You have to do it off what they got last time.
Yeah, so they're at 1%.
No. But you got I'm doing the Maria Kovacic numbers. I'm doing for example, if they're on 13.5, right, and they got 12% last time, you put 13.5 over 12, right?
Yeah.
And you get whatever the excess over 100 is how much.
I'm getting roughly where you're going. You're saying that picking up 1%, you can't measure it out of 100.
Yes.
1%'s more than you actually think.
Yes.
Because that's, yeah. No, I get where you're going with that. Look, I just still don't think she has the excitement. I don't think she has the X factor.
I agree with you.
They need a better communicator. So anyway, point is, great policy, Greens, fantastic. But you really got to sort out Larissa because she's not doing it. Also, shout out to New South Wales Greens with all of the Palestinian protest advocacy that they're doing.
That was
Their
interesting.
thing got overturned. Fucking.
But he's still defending it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know, they're not even...
He is in Chris Minns, for those who are not following. He's still defending the unconstitutional protest laws that saw...
Look, you think at least they say, look, we don't know. We'll have to... Well, this is before the... Well, they're not before the courts now, but... You know, you think he tread a bit more of a...
Yes.
A solitary line.
Yes, 100%.
Like, of course he should have fucking apologised. But
he is so, definitive still in the way he approached it.
I know, but people...
It's very, very
like
scary,
that.
I think.
People like that, though.
Who?
I don't know who... He will win.
He will, but I think...
And I think because it appeals to these weird... I don't know. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yes, because there's a base of people in Australia who, if they really had to choose between being pro-Palestinian sympathetic and pro-Israeli sympathetic, they would 100% say they would be more towards the Palestinian cause. However, they're against protests because protests annoy them. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
These are the people out in Western Sydney where they don't like people complaining and pink-haired people, holding up placards, but they would be for the Palestinian cause. Then people might look at that and think that do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a positive thing. But anyway, my point is, the
especially
fact
New
he's
South
so
Wales,
hardline on it is extremely concerning for a Labor leader. Anyway, so that's why I was just saying, good job on the Greens in terms of the New South Wales Parliament. They're obviously talking about that. So anyway, it'll be very interesting to see how this immigration policy lands. Do you have anything else to say about it or no? I think that's pretty much it.
I just think he's crazy. I just think he's crazy doing this in a time when all the ICE stuff is happening.
I know, 100%.
That's pretty much what he's saying.
Yes, I mean, think of what happened to Peter Dutton. He got done because he got tied to Donald Trump. I mean, seriously, what's the plan?
And Trump
here,
will still
Angus?
be president at the next...
But you know what?
we don't know.
Trump would have been more popular this time last year during the election than he is now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So Peter Dutton was dumb enough to tie himself to Trump when Trump was almost somewhat popular. A lot more popular than he is now. Now Trump's completely underwater and Angus is tying himself to him. I mean, seriously.
No,
the writing's on the wall, Angus.
Yes.
What are you doing?
And what do you call it? Trump, we don't know, he might die, he might whatever. He might still be president. Yep. He will still be president at the next election.
Provided nothing happens, he'll be president.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
And he'll be even more unpopular because what's the trend during your presidential term? It's like this the entire time, pretty much, right? And if he's really bad now, can you imagine how bad it's going to be in 2 years' time?
Well,
people will.
The next election will be very interesting.
Yeah, in Australia or the US?
No, in Australia or in the US.
In the US, I guarantee you, hands down, I put all your money on it. Put your house on it, whatever. The Dems will win the presidency in 2028. I guarantee it.
You reckon?
Yeah. It will either be the Dems or a third party if there's a shock. I guarantee a third party is more likely to win than the Republican Party. Just putting it out there. Like, I do not see JD Vance or Marco Rubio really becoming president right now.
What about Tucker? What if Tucker runs as a
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe a third party.
What if he... Yeah.
It would have to be someone really outside.
Again, look, US isn't really my thing. It's just a bit...
I just don't see how the a Republican in the Trump admin's going to somehow win the next election. It's just not going to happen.
Yes. I think, but you just can't count it out, though, because you don't want to get complacent. But I think I think America is going to get to a spot very quickly, and I think it will happen, where they're just going to have one party terms. I think the Republicans will probably win back in 2032.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's
It's
just
gonna
because
become like midterms.
People just get really frustrated with whoever the incumbent is because they're not doing enough. Meaning that, yeah, so you're saying we'll just have one term, one term,
Yeah.
one term, one term. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that the Republicans are in the wilderness forever. I just think that.
Oh yeah, and that's what I hate.
If you're looking at, it's very, very unlikely for them to win the presidency in 28. That's just what I'm saying.
And and that reminds me, that's what I hate about the analysis. When you look at it, when the Democrats lost last time, it's like Democrats in shambles. The Democrats are a mess. Blah 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 blah. When the Republicans lost in 2020, Republicans are a mess. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
2016, 17.
The Dems picked themselves up pretty quick because then I'd say in 2025 the Dems actually had a pretty good year.
Well, yeah. Well,
Generally.
they
I
won.
think they found
They
their
did
footing.
quite well in all the elections.
I would dare to say that they're actually in a good position right now. Would you say they're in a good position?
course.
I would say yeah. Yeah.
But like
The idea that
again,
it's just brain
is
rot.
it
They say it every cycle. That they're fucked. The party that lost
Yes.
is fucked. They're fucked forever.
yes. But again, is that really to do with the Democrats or is that more to do with Trump?
In what way?
If like, is that because the Democrats have picked themselves up, or is that just because the Republicans?
I think
are
a bit of
mess?
both. I think there's some Democrats who are smart and have capitalized on it, and there's some.
Well, I think the ones who are kind of pro-Israel and all that have shut up.
Yeah, I think
You know
they've
what I
gotten
mean?
the
When you
message.
when you look it up, that in 24 and
People
23,
are still proudly and
yes.
loudly pro-Israel.
Now
where
they're not saying it.
The establishment has gotten the memo that the tides have changed,
yeah.
and rightly so.